What's up guys, it's the Inventor 11 here today. So today we're going to be building a wooden cardinal, but not just any wooden cardinal. It's going to be a tree topper for a Christmas tree. So first of all, what wood do you need? So we're going to be using a special wood today, and it's going to be balsa wood. Balsa wood is like foam. It is very light. If you press any tools into it very hard, it will basically smush the wood, so be very careful when using tools. And the reason we're using balsa wood today is because it is very light, like I said, and it won't tip your Christmas tree over. So what tools will you need? Well, you'll need a woodworking files, a pencil, a mini hacksaw, or a saw that can make tiny and delicate cuts, images, just one image of a cardinal, a drill with a bit, and then red spray paint and black paint so that you can paint the eyes. I recommend one fine brush so that you can get into very precise brushes, and then one big brush so that you can cover a wide amount of area. Other stuff you will need: wood glue and wood filler, a dowel, and your balsa wood. The steps: so you will grab your balsa wood, and a picture of the cardinal you want to carve out, and if you got the planks from a craft store or something, to make it into a block, because that's what we're going to use to give it that 3D dimension, I recommend using wood glue to glue the planks together so that you have that nice block. With your block of balsa, make sure it's the right size for your picture so that you don't end up carving it and then realizing, oh shoot, it's the wrong size. But if you do that, just glue on an extra plank and you should be good to go. After you start, after that, after you make sure it's the right size, draw your outline. This will, when you're out in your workshop cutting, this will tell you, or if you're already in your workshop, this will tell you, okay, this is where I need to cut. And once that's done, cut out the shape of the cardinal. But make sure to leave a little bit of wood between the saw and the line so that you can, as it states in step 5, so that you can file it down, so that you don't accidentally cut into that line. So just leave a little bit of space between the wood and the line, because then you'll use your files later and file it down into the line. After all your wood is filed down to the pencil marks, then now you have to cut the dowel to the length you would like, depending on what size you want your Christmas tree topper and how high you want it off the tree. And then with that drill bit, drill a hole into the bottom of the cardinal, and I'd recommend like a couple inches or centimeters below the size of the dowel so that it's a really nice fit. And you might have to use a hammer with that too, just to make sure that it's a really tight fit. And before you hammer it down, stick the dowel in the wood glue and stick it in, so that you have that nice even coating on the dowel, and then hammer it into the hole. So steps continued, then with the dowel glued in after, let it dry. That should take a couple hours. Now, these parts are optional, but if you just like how the wooden cardinal looks and don't want to paint it at all, congratulations, you now have a cardinal. But if you want a nice looking cardinal, well, I'm not saying that the wood doesn't look nice, but if you want a realistic cardinal, then you have a couple more steps. So now you need to grab your red spray paint and black paint with your brushes and just spray the cardinal until the dowel and the cardinal are all red, and make sure to get every last little place in it because some will try to hide from you. Um, and if you don't have time to let it dry, I'd recommend using a hair dryer on the cool setting, because if you use it on the hot setting, then it might burn the wood. So use it on the cool setting and evenly move it. And if you don't have a blow dryer or a hair dryer, I'd just let it sit, like for example, outside maybe. But I'd watch it too so that it doesn't fall in the wind or anything. So you can bring it inside, but the fumes from the spray paint might get in your house. So well ventilated area, by the way. Um, After the red spray paint is dry, um, now we're gonna paint around the eyes. Um, and if it doesn't look good, but I mean, you gotta remember that not every cardinal is the same. Even in the wild, it's not the same. And I will now show you over on this slide, which I have my weird looking cardinal. It doesn't look like a cardinal, it looks like a duck, but eh. So I started off with making a dot right here, right there. And so now I knew where I was gonna draw that line. And so so the beak right here will be red. That'll be red in there. Um, that'll be red in there. So now, and we want it to stay red like that. But everything around here will be red, so you'll be painting over the red. And so you're just going to go right down below the beak, and then over top of the eye, and then file it down to, well, not that, like that, but erase that. And then you'll just, like, right there. And this will be 3D, so on the other side, oh shoot. So on the other side, like right here, you'll see like it's a flat side right there. So this is the side that people will see, and then there's a flat side going out like here, and then it's the other side that people will see. And you'll want the middle to be, you'll want you're basically making not an optical illusion, a mirror. So you want to connect the lines all the way to the other side, and then at your best try to mimic how you did this side. And then this will all be painted in black, painted in all black. And for the eyeballs, I used a bead, like a little jewelry bead, and I just hot glued it right in there. And then with that, so I did that before I painted, and I painted over the hot glue gun. I mean, over the hot glue, so that it still had that illusion of being black. And so, of the eye, of the whole thing being black. So then you'll mimic it going underneath the beak and over top of the beak. And then, yeah, I think, and then we'll go back to my slides. And now it says, hooray! You have built your own cardinal tree topper. By the way, I know it's very early to be talking about Christmas decorations, but you can never decorate too early. You gotta get in the Christmas spirit anytime. You're lucky people aren't putting up their decorations the day after Thanksgiving. Oh, no. The day after Thanksgiving. So, hope you have a fun time